Every afternoon around 2:30, you walk in with your book and your quiet view. Same little table by the window light, and I'm here just out of sight. You push your glasses up your face, lost in words in your own space. And I pretend to read, but I just glance at the way you hold your world in your hand. I don't know your name, but I know your smile, and how it stays with me for quite a while. When you look up, my heart skips a beat, so I stare down back at my seat. If I had the nerve, I'd cross that floor, say hi and maybe something more. But all I do is write this song, hoping someday you'll hear it before too long. The sun spills soft on your shoulder line, and I trace the chords to make you mine. You flip a page, I lose my place, caught in the calmness of your grace. Your glasses frame a quiet fire, a clever heart I so admire. And every time our eyes have met, I blush and look away in debt. I don't know your name, but I know your smile, and how it stays with me for quite a while. When you look up, my heart skips a beat, so I stare down back at my seat. If I had the nerve, I'd cross that floor, say hi and maybe something more. But all I do is write this song, hoping someday you'll hear it before too long. Maybe one day this song will play through the speakers near your cafe tray, and you'll wonder, was that for me? Well, darling, yes, it's always been, you see. So here's my heart in melody, for the girl who reads where I can see. No grand hello, no fancy line, just a song and a hope that you'll be mine.
I heard a song the other day, floating soft through a cafe. The voice was shy, the words were sweet, like someone hiding across the street. He sang of books and window light, of stolen glances out of sight. And as the melody played on through, I smiled and thought, that sounds like you. I knew it was you, the quiet one, the boy who stayed when crowds were gone, with coffee cold and eyes that flee each time I looked up curiously. Was you without a name, the gentle hum that never changed. And though you never said hello, your silence always told me so. You watched me read, I felt your gaze, a a brush of thought through cafe haze. And though you tried to turn away, your presence lingered day by day. You thought I never saw, perhaps, but I caught the pen within your grasp. And every time you looked unsure, I wished you'd cross that wooden floor. I knew it was you, the quiet one, the boy who stayed when crowds were gone, with coffee cold and eyes that flee each time I looked up curiously. I knew it was you, without a name, the gentle hum that never changed. And though you never said hello, your silence always told me so. And now your song is playing here in notes I've longed for years to hear. So here I am, just one seat near, waiting now for you, my dear. So if you're still afraid to say, just sing again, I'll find my way to say the words you couldn't do. Yes, darling, I knew it was you.
I've poured 1,000 cups or more since I first unlocked this wooden door. But there's a pair I've watched each day, a boy, a girl, both shy and brave. He stirs his drink, pretends to read. She hides behind her books and tea. They never speak, but I can see the way they wish for destiny. Oh, young hearts, don't wait too long. Life's a fleeting, quiet song. If I could lend you what I've known, you'd never walk this love alone. I see the way your glances dance. Don't let it pass, just take a chance. Before the sun sets one more day, from the corner of my cafe. I once was him, afraid to try, afraid that love would pass me by. And I was her in someone's eyes before I knew what brave looked like. I wiped the counter, brew the steam, while wondering if they both still dream of saying more than just one latte, and turning page to start their play. Oh, young hearts, don't miss the beat of time that dances at your feet. If I could speak in more than smiles, your chairs a little while. Love's not a thing that waits too long. It's born in glances, shaped in song. You're closer than you know today. From the corner of my cafe, I hope someday you'll share this booth and laugh about your love's first truth. And maybe then you'll see my way, the old man watching just okay. So young hearts, go take that leap. Wake the dreams you fear to keep, because I've seen love bloom this way. From the corner of my cafe. I walked in, heart on my sleeve, still unsure if you'd believe that song I wrote from far away would ever find your light one day. You look the same, but brighter still, like melodies that time can't kill. I smiled and said, I know your tune. You blushed and laughed, it's really you. Now that we know there's nothing to hide, no more quiet glances left behind. From across the room to side by side, two hearts no longer have to lie. Now that we know what silence meant, all the hours we never spent will bloom today like flowers grow in this warm cafe. Now that we know, I used to wait for one more glance, wishing you'd take the smallest chance. But now you're here with coffee near, and not a single doubt or fear. You were the page I couldn't read, the line I'd hoped the stars would lead. But now you're here in front of me, and everything feels meant to be. Now that we know there's nothing to lose, we speak in words we used to choose, in daydreams soft and songs unheard, now spoken clear in every word. I wrote you in a melody, and I heard it like a memory. I watched you through the cafe haze, I felt you in those silent days. But now we sing the same refrain, no more guessing, no more pain. Now that we know, and now we see, just you